Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another stale movie review. Today we're going to be talking about Demonic. Alright, so Demonic is about a psychologist and a detective who are trying to figure out what has happened in this house after the detective receives a call from somebody in trouble. They arrive at the house and 5 people are dead after trying to summon ghosts, and they only find 1 survivor, so the whole movie is them trying to unravel what has happened in this house. Let's get right into what I liked about Demonic. So like I said, the movie starts off with the detective receiving a distress call from this infamous house where a massacre happened years ago. But he receives a distress call, gets to the house, and finds a bunch of dead young people. And they find 1 survivor, and a psychologist comes in, played by Maria Bello, to unravel what happened. So the movie jumps back and forth between the events leading up to the present day and the present day. So I think that does a lot to build tension throughout the movie, as you know, they're kind of unraveling stuff through the survivor. They do find John telling the story to the psychologist and what happened, and then we cut away to seeing it for ourselves. I think it builds tension really well. I mean, everyone had a really great performance. I think there wasn't really anyone that stood out as like a bad actor or anything like that. I think the writing was really well done. And there are a lot of familiar faces in this movie, aside from kind of like the 2 stars, I guess you would call them, Maria Bello and Frank Grillo, who you should recognize from the Purge films. But there are a whole bunch of other really recognizable faces in there. I found myself pausing a lot at like when a new face would appear, and I'd be like, shit, where do I know this person? And then I'd have to look it up. But a lot of familiar faces, and they all do a really great job. I was convinced. Really convincing performances. The one thing I really didn't like about Demonic was the ending. God, I feel like this always just gets me. Like, they start off with such an easy premise, and then it just gets too complicated at the end. I can't be not understanding this many movies. Like, I can't not understand this many movies. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, the end, again, just gets a little bit too complicated, and I just had to think about it too much to figure out kind of like what the twist was. So by the time I figured it out, really I wasn't that shocked. And I don't want to give it away, because even though this is a stale movie, it only came out 2 years ago, so it's still a little bit fresh. So I won't give away the ending, but I had to like logic it out in my head. Like, there's just like a lot of moving parts when the whole ending is revealed, and I just kind of had to, it doesn't easily fall into place is what I'm trying to say. Like, I had to think about it a lot. So by the time I had worked it out of my head, it kind of lost its, like, the movie had already ended. It kind of lost its shock value, I guess. So I wasn't, when I figured it out, I was kind of just like, okay. That was its only downfall. I mean, everything leading up to the ending was really well done, so I don't really have any complaints about that. So should you watch Demonic? I would go ahead and say sure. I mean, it's a pretty decent film, aside from the ending, but that's just my opinion. And it's on Netflix, so super easy to go watch if you want to watch it. This has been on my to watch list forever, and I know it's been on Netflix forever, because that's always when I get reminded that I want to watch this. Y'all know those movies when you're just scrolling through finding something to watch, and you see the thing, you're like, oh yeah, I've been wanting to watch that. Well, let me just scroll and see what else there is, and then you always find something else to watch, right? That Demonic was that film that I kept passing, so I finally got around to watching it. So I'm gonna give it a rating of 3 out of 5 on IMDb right now. It has a 5.3 out of 10, which isn't bad. And on Rotten Tomatoes, however, it has a 33% critic score and a 20% audience score. So nah. So if you've seen Demonic, let me know in the comments section down below what you thought about it. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I post videos Monday through Friday, and in addition to that, I'm posting a movie review every single day of this month for Shocktober. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.